Starsteel, Maggie Cartwright, Book 1. Written by M.N. Jolley. Narrated by Katie Hagaman. Dedication. For the fans who told me that Maggie's book had to happen. This story wouldn't exist without you. Chapter 1. Bushwhacked. "All right, sweet thing," Maggie whispered, resting her hand on the copper plate. "Just talk to me, and we'll get you all better." The towering engine said nothing in reply. They never did. Not with words, but sometimes Maggie swore she could hear the metal sing. Today, she only got a quiet grumble. Maggie shook her head. "Don't be so stubborn. This is for your own good." 8 feet tall and twice as long, the machine bristled with copper coils and runes, the latest design of maglev, magical levitation, engine. It was the sort of technology that humans had been struggling to develop for decades. Her people, the Fae, had perfected the necessary technology and enchantments a century prior, and had been refining it ever since. When it ran, the engine could suspend a 50-seat passenger car in the air and accelerate it down a subway tunnel at incredible speed, ignoring wind resistance, G-forces, and completely doing away with the need for tracks. The stone tunnel it sat in was 30 feet wide, enough room for 2 subway cars to pass cleanly by each other, with a smooth floor and rough carved walls, hewn from bedrock far below the surface. With a maglev engine every 2 kilometers, the Fae ran a functional subway at 10 times the speed and efficiency of mundane rail transit. But this engine had stopped running. The demand for transportation didn't let up, no matter the capacity, and things would only get more congested until it got fixed. So, Maggie was getting paid top dollar to diagnose its problems and fix the damage as quickly as possible. A cool breeze wafted up the tunnel and the engine shuddered slightly, the many metals of its composition flexing with the temperature shift. Maggie rolled her eyes. "Don't give me that. You're too young for joint pains. What are you, 5 years old? 10? The metal still glimmered as she looked it up and down, the only iron on the exterior, a polished flat plate on top to conduct the magical magnetic lift, looked almost brand new. Given its age and appearance, the damage likely came from a fault in the installation. Maggie walked back to her truck, where her complete set of tools were available to deal with any issues she might face. Since the subway tunnel had a flat, smooth floor with no tracks, she'd simply taken her truck down a service elevator and drove right to the broken maglev engine, which was a blessing. She didn't enjoy having to schlep hundreds of pounds of gear down by hand. Sifting through options, she picked up a 30-inch steel crescent wrench. As an elf, the touch of iron was her anathema and bane. Or, well, she had a mild allergy to the metal, even if it had been alloyed or diluted. Her heavy-duty leather gloves ensured she wouldn't break out at the touch, though, and, like a cook in a kitchen full of sharp, hot, or otherwise dangerous tools, she knew how to work around it safely. There were non-ferrous tools that were strong enough for the job, but with proper PPE, Maggie never had any problems with iron. Her tools selected, Maggie tapped into her innate magic and called up a simple wear light, a glowing orb that bobbed above her head. She'd never amount to much of a druid or sorceress, but all Fae had at least a little magic, and if nothing else, she never needed an assistant on flashlight duty. Tucking her braids over her shoulder, she walked back to the engine and got to work on the access panel. It was time to see what was going on inside. Maggie had to expend some real effort and grunting, putting her weight into the wrench to free each seized bolt. It was harder work than it should have been just to get the access panel open, but that gave Maggie a theory of what was wrong. Metal warping. Warping could have a lot of causes, and it could cause a lot of malfunctions, but the clue gave her a parameter to work within. "Now, let's see what secrets you're keeping," Maggie said, as the 4th bolt came free. She set down her wrench, pulled the access plate free, and waved her wear light forward to peek inside.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?